Hey lovies, this is Michelle here at Life Mantra Tarot. I hope that you guys are all doing great on this Thursday evening and this full moon, because I know the full moon energy has been kind of crazy for some. But yeah, this full moon in Aries that we've got going on right now. I'm hoping that you're doing okay with that energy, and hopefully there's some, of course, full moons are more so about releasing energy as opposed to anything else. So it could be, a lot sometimes for a lot of people. Um, so I'm not gonna blabber on too much. I want to kind of get straight to the point. But for those of you who are new to the channel who end up popping in, welcome. And I hope that you like what you see here. Hit that subscribe button, all that good stuff, the notification bell. Um, like the video, all those different things help me connect with you energetically and also help the channel. Hey sis, what's up, girl? How you doing? I miss you. So for those of you who end up popping in later, if you're able to like view the comment section, um, definitely check out my sister Tears and Wheat Tarot show. Subscribe to her. She's absolutely amazing. Does some amazing collective readings, and yeah, she's just absolutely great at what she does. So she's just a great person to have in your life. I know I can vouch for that. So yeah, I would definitely recommend. Highly recommend, in fact. But yeah, I'm good for the most part. I'm tired, but I'm good. It's that full moon energy, right? A lot of us are very like just wiped out, and that's been the energy for a lot of people throughout. My ear just started ringing. Throughout the week, I feel like. So yeah. For those of you who've already been rocking with your girl for a bit, welcome back. Thank you for the continued support, and I hope that this message resonates. Now, keep in mind again, this is a collective message, right? So no personals this time. You never know. What time is it right now? You never know. I might fill up to doing the personals after this. Not making any promises because I am kind of tired, but yeah, this is a collective for the time being, and yeah, so we're going to just tap on. And again, you guys already know what it's about. This is a collective reading for the full moon in Aries. So we're going to tap in, see what's going on, and yeah, so let's see what's going on with you guys. All right. Okay. Hey guys, as you guys are coming in, I'm good. How are you? Hope that you guys are doing well. All right, so we got some people here. I'm gonna try to tap in quickly because I know what happens a lot of times is people, they'll come in and when they realize it's a collective, either they're not interested or they get bored quickly. So people who are meant to stick around, stick around. All right, so I'm gonna dive right in. Okay, collective messages. Um, what does the collective need to see at this time for their highest good? Clearest, most accurate messages, please and thank you. I will say that when I was burning my sage, it was smoke. Like, I walked away from my sage, like, to go get something from the kitchen, and I came back, and it was, like, super smoky in here. I was like, whoa, with the window cracked, mind you. And I'm like, whoa, that's a lot of energy being released, huh? it was a lot going on. I was like, wow, okay. So a lot of releasing, right? All right, so we have bottom of the deck, communication is key. New moon in Gemini. So maybe there's something that's kind of really resting on your brain or on your heart at this time about something that you need to say to somebody. I'm not sure yet, or somebody needs to say something to you. Don't know what's going on yet. So we're gonna dive in and see what's going on. That was just on the bottom of the deck, so let's just see what's going on with you guys. Oh wow, that doesn't happen too often. At least not like to that extent. My goodness, they like. I'm not gonna take any of them because there was just too many that came out like real crazy like that. That was a lot. Wow. Yeah, I'm not gonna take any of these, but wow. Just know that like a lot of cards just flew out of my hands. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Sometimes they end up going under the couch. I think I'm good though. Like, look at all these cards that fell out. All right, so um so wow, I just heard spill your guts. It's like maybe there's something that's really been on your mind that you need to say to somebody. I don't know, or somebody has something to say to you. Too many. Okay, that's most accurate. Thank you, thank you. All right, so we have the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Tell us more. Thank you. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Okay. Interesting, interesting. I'm wondering if this has to do with work. I don't know why I'm picking up on possible work stuff. But tell us more. You're working hard and diligent at something, waiting for answers. For those of you who end up resonating with the reading, I know that it's a collective, so it's not gonna resonate with everybody. The energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. Now this was technically in the reverse, so I feel like there was a point in time where things were moving very, very slow, very, very stagnant. Yeah, you have surrender to the divine. Full moon here on the bottom of the deck. I think that as you've learned the importance, for some of you who resonate with this, maybe as you've learned to surrender control of the circumstances that you have going on right now, you're starting to see. I just heard the word resurgence. That's not a word that I would use on my own. I heard resurgence. Like there's a resurgence of the momentum that's happening around you. Things are starting to pick up speed, or about to start picking up speed, because you've learned how to surrender. Understanding that you can't control everything. You can't control the narrative of everything. Sometimes we have to, look to source, God, whatever you believe in, for answers, for strength to, continue to do something. Again, something like that. Now, again, this is going to look different for everybody. For some, I'm picking up career and finance type of energy, but it could be different for everybody. So just, we're going to keep on pulling cards and kind of see what's going on with y'all and go from there. I'll give you different interpretations based on what I'm picking up on, of course. We have confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's get like maybe two more from here. And then we're going to pull from the Gateway Activation deck. And then we'll pull with the tarot. As the messages resonate, when and if they resonate. Hey, Yvette, how are you, darling? As the messages resonate, hit the like button. Let me know in the comment section if things are making sense, if this is your story. Because, again, this is, going to look different for every person. What I try to do is, based on the energy that I pick up on, I can kind of feel when it's more geared towards certain areas of life versus other things, but I'll still give a narrative sometimes of what else I might pick up on, especially when I start pulling tarot, because like those cards have so many different meanings. So right now I'm just kind of, as my girl Lati would say, it's like that old school Crisco, waiting for it to warm up. I can't say it like her. I don't have that type of flair, but you gotta check my girl out. She's sitting here. There she goes. Yeah, her catchphrase. I love that catchphrase. It gets me going every time. It's actually one of the biggest things that made me subscribe to her channel. I was like, I just like her energy. She's entertaining, but so informative at the same time. If that's what the type of reader that you want and like, guys, I'm telling y'all, you gotta check my girl out. We have Work Through the Fears, New Moon in Scorpio here. Yeah. Maybe one of the blockages for some of you could have been some fears. And I keep saying, like, it's almost like there's something that you need to say to somebody, or someone needs to say to you. I'm also even getting maybe like standing up for yourself in some kind of way. You're very close to achieving your goal. Gibeus Moon here on the bottom of the deck. Let's get one more from here. And we'll start pulling from the Gateway of Light Activation. you. Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. Interesting. I love you too, sis. All right. So there's a lot going on. Like, it's one of those kind of things like I'm picking up on different things, different energies, different stories. So I always want to make sure I can pinpoint each thing as best as I can. But one of the biggest things right now is the fact that, you know, for some of you, this is more like career and finance kind of energy. I feel like, you know, there might have been a lack of confidence for some of you guys, especially when it comes to speaking up about something, whether it's a raise or something like that. And that energy has showed up a lot lately, just in general in readings that I've been doing. And even readings that I watch, same thing. It's like, you know, you've put a lot of hard work and dedication and diligence into something, and now it's about to start to shift and change because of the fact, you know, this after a period of stagnation. Um, you know, you're really putting forth like what's best for you. You're surrendering and letting go of fears or expectations, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, let go where I need to, and also, you know, step up where I need to. I'm getting something like that. This could be something that you really really are passionate about or care about dearly. It could be a relationship with people in your family or a friend. I'm also getting romantic partners. So I'm getting different, like I said, different narratives. So we'll see like where this reading is really gonna start going based on the energy that starts to show up. We have a new start is coming, new moon. So I'm getting for a lot of you, because there's actually almost every card here, with the exception of one, almost every card here is new moon energy, and then there was a waxing moon. But other than that, everything here is new moon. Remember, the full moon is about the release. So maybe the next new moon cycle that's coming through, I don't know the date or anything like that. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know, but that might be when you might start seeing a lot of some shifts and changes happening during that time. A lot of new moon energy here. So there's definitely something that you're purging, and I will explain why when I came back into my living room, it was really, really smoky in here. I was like, God damn. I was a little nervous. Like, shit, I was shocked that the fucking smoke detector didn't go off. I was like, shit, that's a lot of smoke, a lot of releasing, right? A lot of purging. Um, believe in the impossible, blue moon. Blue moon, standing. Um, and then we have it's time to release negativity. Can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. Full moon in Scorpio. As I'm saying, well, there wasn't that many full moon cards that show up in. Oh wow, shit. Sorry. Whoa. My left ear just went crazy when I saw that card. Holy crap. Wow, that was like deafening. Like that was like I can barely hear out of this ear. Fuck. Wow, that was whatever that was. That was intense. Um, shit kind of hurt. Oof, okay. Wow, it's still like doing weird shit even now. That was kind of crazy. Okay. So let me jump back in. That threw me off though. Wow. And now everything sounds muffled after. It feels weird. I hate when that happens. That was, yeah, you guys, whatever this release is happening to y'all during this cycle right now, like this is for those of you who end up resonating with this message. This is big. This is something pretty a little bit heavier. I'm getting like I don't know what it is yet, because like I said, it's gonna be different for everybody. But like, whoa. Before I even do anything, by on the bottom of the deck we have the divine matrix. It says interconnectedness, synchronicity, and God incidences. You know, I'm getting like sometimes rejection is God's protection. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, you know, the things that we want to work out and stuff in our lives don't work out for a reason. Um, Third eye activation, brow chakra, inner vision, clear seeing. It's in the reverse here in the middle of the deck. So, you know, I'm getting that, you know, maybe there were some, you know, maybe some of the blockages were the things that, you know, where I just heard smoke and mirrors. It would explain why there was so much smoke in here before I started this reading. It was like so smoky. Like it was crazy. I don't think I've ever seen my sage smoke like that before. Like when I walk back in, And my ear, it's weird. So it's like it rang really, really loud. Like, you know how like you know how like if you hear something like a very, very high pitch slash like siren sound, it did that for like somewhat extended period of time, and then it popped. And now it's like right now it feels like you know how like if you go swimming and you get water in your ear, or when when you're on an airplane, if your eardrum pops, very uncomfortable feeling. It feels like that and sounds like that. So this ear is very muffled right now, and then this ear is fine. It's very strange though. Like that's not something that typically happens. So I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And it was as soon as I pulled that card, like I showed that card as I was showing you guys about that. I forgot what it said, but it said, you know, something about the full moon. I just had said, was it full moon in Gemini? I forgot. But yeah, like as soon as I saw that card and showed you guys, that's when it did that. I'm like, damn, the fuck. But now it just feels really, really weird, very uncomfortable, and now like that side of my head actually hurts a little bit too. It was very loud sounding, very high pitched. All right, so let's get maybe 3 or 4 from here, and we'll start pulling the tarot. But yeah, definitely just this big release of energy, negative energy that you guys are finding yourself in right now. My equilibrium even feels a little bit off. Like, have you ever been on a flight where your eardrum pops and like the whole flight you feel weird? That's how I feel right now. It's very, very uncomfortable. It's like throwing me off. It's like making my head spin a little bit. Very interesting. They just told me to say this. Do any of you guys have a fear of flying? Maybe somebody might be getting ready to take a flight soon. I'm getting, if that's the case, that somebody who, this is very specific, this is not going to be for everybody. It might be only one person that this message is for, but I will say this. Somebody might, like if they don't really have a lot of experience with flying, or they don't like flying to begin with, they might end up experiencing something kind of similar to what I just felt. And it's going to throw them off a little bit, but you're going to be fine. You're going to be safe. Everything's going to be okay. Don't overthink it, because that could be off-putting, be scary. You're like, what the hell is this? I don't like this. And again, it will be uncomfortable, but I just heard, like, they just told me go like this, like pop the back of your jaw, like to like get the eardrum to like pop again. It's almost like they're trying to give me like advice to give to you or something, because I don't fly. I've only been on an airplane once in my whole life, but I experienced that same sensation, and I didn't like it. But well, technically I've been on a plane twice, but yeah, point being, that was a long time ago. Like what, almost 20 years ago. But yeah, point being, they told me to tell somebody that if you're worried about flying or something like that, they just want you to know, like, even if it's a little bit uncomfortable or something, especially if you're sick, if you have issues with, this is what they also want me to tell you, if any of you have issues like with like your inner ear or your sinuses, you might end up experiencing that sensation, but they want you to know that you are okay. You're not gonna, like, nothing's gonna happen to you or anything like that. It's just an uncomfortable feeling. Chew some gum, um do that, like that, pop the back of your jaw, and it'll help release that, or relieve that that weird sensation. They told me to say that, very specific. It's weird how it's like that. I just tell them, I tell you guys what they tell me to tell y'all. Like, that's how it goes down. I'm just a vessel. But all right, so we're gonna get like 3 or 4 from here. Thank you. All right, we have crown chakra upgrade, divine connection, holy experiences, and miraculous energy. So this one was in the reverse here. So That's interesting because we had the card that was talking about surrendering to the divine. I feel like this card is very connected to that. It's like as you work on surrendering control and you understand that you can't control everything. Um, Card going off as I say that, starting up. It's one of those kind of things where it's like the more that you understand that you can't control everything, allow source, God, whatever you believe in, to step in, pray, whatever you're into, meditation, so on and so forth, whatever you're into. I don't push beliefs onto nobody. People come out here and try to do that to me, but I don't do that to other people. So whatever you believe in, when you start to understand that importance, that's when you're able to receive what it is that you're meant to receive, messages, things like that. That crown chakra will open up. um, the more and more that you focus on that. When you remain closed off to the idea of allowing source to come in, whatever that means to you, that's when you'll notice that things are going to be very stagnant, because it's like, again, you can't do everything by yourself. There is always something bigger and beyond us. I feel God is within us already. However, there are those times where we need that extra push, that extra jolt of energy. And we get that through surrendering and understanding that, there are times where you have to, rely on God or whatever you believe in. Again, not pushing any beliefs onto anybody. The universe, whatever you believe in, meditation, so on and so forth, nature. But there's always something bigger than all of us, in my opinion, that we can rely on for a source of extra faith and support. So this might be a time where, you've been struggling with that, and you're learning that this is the time to really start realizing that in order to connect with your most higher self, you also have to connect with something beyond you too, in order to get the insight that you need at this time to move past whatever the situation is, and to be able to gain a sense of strength within yourself as well. This is what I'm getting. Um, Something along those lines. Again, let me know if these messages are making sense so far. Um, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, the like button. All those things are helpful when it comes to connecting with your energy. Let's see. Seraphim's Gateway, voice activation, angelic attunement, and divine support. Divine support. Divine support. Big one. Didn't I say something about speaking up about something, using your voice? I mean, you can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. It's all showing up in different decks. So it's like, there's something that you haven't been able to say, communicate, whatever. But this is a time to, find a sense of strength within yourself to do it. And this might involve you being able to rely on something a little bit beyond yourself through prayer or whatever. But my ear's starting to feel a little bit better, by the way. Yeah, I'm getting something along those lines. We will know more when we start tapping into the tarot portion. All right, Stargate, heart chakra opening, unlocking, and generosity. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So that heart chakra might be, that could explain where this bring love into the situation comes in. Maybe for some of you, this seems a little more specific, but for some of you, I know I've been picking up more like career and finance type of thing for some of you, but some of you, this could be about love. And if it is about love, it's about, understanding that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to, kind of allow people into your space without feeling, like it's a threat. It's scary, yes. It's different. It might be a little bit foreign. For I heard the word foreign for some of you, like that idea of not being so hyper vigilant all the time for somebody. But you're understanding that, being in that type of mindset has caused some stagnation, right? It's caused some blockages, and now by releasing those fears, so we have cards about fear, confidence. Um, by opening up a little bit more, being a little bit more in tune with that heart chakra, it allows for you to give and receive, right? Welcome something new into your life. Hathor light codes, light immersion, full system upgrade, and power recall. Yeah, understanding is this the time to recall your energy and your power from other situations in which that didn't serve you, in order to make room for the things that will serve you that are trying to come in. But you don't want to keep blocking your blessings. You do not want to, like, I did a reading on myself just the other night. I woke up in the middle of the night, like very late, and one of the things that popped up in my readings literally said, like, essentially, don't block your own blessings. And I'm just like, shit, okay, spirit, y'all ain't playing with me. That's why y'all woke me up at this fucking random ass time, 1 in the morning, when I was sleeping just fine. I'm like, oh, let me go pee. And then I'm trying to go back to sleep. They're like, no, bitch. We didn't really wake you up to because you had to pee. We woke you up because you need to read some goddamn cards. And I'm like, oh, come on. I just want to go to sleep. I gotta work. I gotta get up in a few hours. Like, why are we playing this game? But nah, what they needed to tell me was important. They're like, I need to, even myself as a reader, as I talk to you guys, like, I block my own blessings sometimes by being fearful and things like that, or not having confidence in myself and stuff like that. Having a hard time wearing my heart on my sleeve sometimes, being too protective of myself, having a hard time letting people in. I cause blockages that way. That's a maladaptive behavior, right? A lot of us experience this after going through losses and things like that. So we're like, oh, well, I don't want to get my feelings hurt again, and blah, like, understood. But there's a difference between self-preservation and being paranoid. So pick your poison. You know what I mean? All right, so we have, this is in the reverse. We have Arcturian light codes. This, like I said, in the reverse. Evolutionary downloads, recalling power, future thinking in the reverse. So we had a card about reclaiming your power. Now we have one about recalling power. It's kind of the same concept, right? It's like, but it's in the reverse. It's like there's these downloads that are trying to come towards you. Maybe that's why my ear is still feeling a little bit wonky. Like, it feels better than it did a second ago, but like it still kind of feels like it hurts a little bit. Like a like, how, like, when you're healing from like an ear infection, that's what my ear feels like right now. Like, the pressure and stuff is gone, but like that lingering feeling that you get while you're taking like the meds for it, like that, you start feeling better, but like you still feel a bit off. It's like more like a pain versus like the equilibrium is all fucked up, because that's how it felt. I'm also getting it. Some of you might suffer from frequent ear infections. Let me know if that makes any sense. I'm also getting that if that is the case for you, you might want to go see a what's it called, a nose, ear, and throat doctor, because they might have to give you plugs in your ear. That seems very specific, but they wanted me to say that, or you need to get your ear, what are those called? Yeah, adenoids, something like that, removed, because it might be causing frequent infections in that area, the throat, the ears, all that stuff, because all that stuff's connected. Um, and you might have polyps in your sinuses. This is what they're telling me to tell you guys. I know this sounds crazy. Y'all probably like, what the fuck? Why is she talking about the same, like, this weird ailment that I don't have? Some of you are not going to resonate with this, but somebody has this, and like you might be having like frequent stuff, especially with like the seasons changing. This might be the time of year where you deal with it more often. Maybe that's why they want me to say all this, because it's like, I'm like, why do they keep bringing this stuff up? But there's a reason for it. But yeah, point being, yeah, as I say, something about the nose, ear, throat doctor. What we have right here, throat chakra energy. And we talked about the throat chakra thing just a second ago. Temple of truth. I literally said way early in the video, I mean, video slash reading, that there's something about speaking up about something. Throat chakra, authenticity, self expression. Wow, this is crazy. um, Inner earth, base chakra, strength and security, laying foundations. Yeah, standing firm in something that you believe in right now at this time, that you need to say, but you have to feel firm and secure in whatever it is that you're saying. Stand on business. Got to be confident in yourself. That's not a technically like a solar plexus card, but the solar plexus would be the next, chakra moving up, which is about confidence. So some of you might have Leo in your chart. They told me to say that. Wow, look at wow. Sorry, it would be the second one. Not the next one would be sacral. But ironically enough, what's here in the middle of the or what's here, yeah, in the middle of the deck, we have sacred inner space, sacral chakra, tenderness, and sensuality. So it's giving me kind of this energy also of, you know, especially for those of you who are relating and resonating with the idea of this being more like romantic based. It's like, perhaps there's a person who you really like and you really feel in this person, and but you need to work on that sense of confidence. You got to feel secure in the circumstances, which means that starts with you, right? You have to do that inner work to get to that point. Yeah. So that you could already feel secure going in. You don't want to be in a position where, because literally all the cards that just showed up are all chakra cards. Um, yeah, there's something in that's not in alignment right now that they want you guys to work on for sure. There's things that you want to say that you feel like you can't say because you're not secure enough in yourself to say it. You don't have the confidence, but this is something you're passionate about. So there, maybe some of you might also be struggling with the idea of being intimate again, maybe after a long period of time. I'm getting a lot of different messages, so I'm telling you, like, remember how earlier, for those of you who have been here since the like earlier part of the reading, I was saying that the messages are gonna just be flying in, and I'm just delivering the messages as they come. Some of them are gonna be like very very specific, and others are gonna be a little bit more like tailored to like what a lot of you guys are maybe dealing with. But yeah, so just bear with me. Bear with spirit as they're going through me to tell you guys these messages. But yeah, so if that's part of what's going on with you too, this is kind of this thing of they want you to feel again more secure in the idea of, for instance, your own judgment. Even I wouldn't be shocked if the high priestess were to show up when I start pulling from the tarot. But like, be secure in your ability to make choices when it comes to what you want romantically and otherwise. I'm getting something like that as I feel like my throat chakra is closing off as I say that. They're like, yeah, they're having a hard time speaking up, and it's like, yeah, I'm feeling it right now. Like there's a lot going on, so I can see why there's like some confusions and things like that. Let's get maybe one more from here, and then we'll do maybe a. Well, I'll figure it out. I don't know if I want to do a cross of truth or a 5 card spread. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, Temple of Truth. As I say, cross of truth, maybe that's Spirit's way of confirming that they want me to do the cross of truth reading. That's usually what I do for full and new moon readings. But that one's about the throat chakra energy. I'll read it again though. Throat chakra, authenticity, and self expression. All right, so bottom of the deck, we have Akashic Records. Interesting. Clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. So you're freeing yourself. Remember, I was saying there was that energy of like, it was super smoky in here. I almost wish that you guys had a chance to see how smoky it was. Like, when I got in front of the camera before I like hit the button, like, it was super smoky. Like, I had to like fan it out a little bit. Like, with some of that smoke away, just to like actually like not have it be super foggy but and smoky. I kind of wish I would have just left it to be, but yeah, you're definitely in this process of releasing things, and for some of you, some of these lessons and things might stem back as far as like past lives. Might not even be just from this current lifetime that you're living, if you believe in that kind of thing. um we have on the top of the deck Shambhala initiations. This is technically in the reverse. Retreating to recharge, trusting in the process, and Dharma. Yeah, you're in the process after that release. Now you're about to receive your good karma, right? Your Dharma. Now, I will say that there is still this period of needing to heal. There's still some things to work on for yourself as you're doing this whole process of, freeing yourself and ridding yourself of all of these uh, negative and toxic things that have been kind of, keeping you at a standstill. In the middle of the deck, we have I am presence. This is also in a reverse position. It says light body activation, accessing the divine within. Did I not say earlier that I do feel like God is within all of us already? I feel like they're also just trying to tell you guys that you don't always recognize your own presence, and that you guys have so much more within yourself than you give yourself credit for. Don't ever forget your power. right? And that's why I think that we had like 2 or 3 cards that talked about recalling slash reclaiming your power, right? Standing secure and firm with that base chakra energy and who you are. We didn't see a solar plexus card, but I kept feeling that energy. We did get a sacral chakra card though, which is the chakra right underneath. So it's like there's a lot of that kind of energy kind of happening and lingering around here as we do this reading. So now we're gonna read some tarot, some actual tarot. I know that that was a lot going on with all that whatchamacallit. Bear with me. I was trying not to do this, but I'm doing it. I'm going for it. I have my little nippy nips that I got from my job earlier, and yes, I'm a grown up and I can drink on my channel if I want to. Because it was a rough fucking day. The kids were, for those of you who know that I work with kids, and yeah, we all looked at each other like, what the fuck was that? Other teachers in the hallway, just we all looked at each other like, it's the full moon, isn't it? I was like, you know what? Thank you for the reminder. Now I'm gonna make sure I bring my black ass home and do what I'm doing right now. Mm. All right, sis. Thank you for being here. You know I'm always appreciative of you. And if you go live tonight, then I'm gonna make sure I tap in because I'll have some a little bit of downtime possibly. But ooh, like that. The Ace of Pentacles here. All right, so but yeah, whew, Lord child, them kids was something today. He was like, yo, they were all being little butt heads. All of them. All of them. At one point, like just all together decided like it's almost like they like it's morphin' time, like Power Rangers or some shit. And I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Because like y'all motherfuckers is wilding. Like y'all need to just get it together. Because it's the end of the day, and teachers don't got time for that. Going through some tower moments. Um, yeah, like teachers was like, nah. All I heard today in the hallways and stuff was just screaming. I'm just like, God, what is happening? Like, our class seems like is holding up pretty strong until the end of the day. Oh man, I love my students though. They're a riot. I was talking to my mom when I came home. I was like, Mom, wait till I tell you these stories. And she was just cracking up the whole time. She's like, first off, the way you explain stories is hilarious. Then she's like, but my gosh, the what it takes for you to do that. I'm like, Mom, you don't understand. Like the mental exhaustion at the end of the day, because I work with different kids now. Like my kids before were more like physically aggressive. Now it's more like these kids, like they just talk all day. So there's a lot of verbal redirections, very different. But my God, they have their moments, but they are absolutely adorable. Anywho, we do have the Three of Wands here on the bottom of the deck. So that is about planning ahead. It could represent travel. Remember, I did say something ironically enough about somebody might be getting ready to travel, possibly. The other way of looking at it too could just be like removing yourself or distancing yourself from things that no longer serve you. I could read it different ways, but so yeah, let's tap in and see what's going on. So, what is going on for the current or overall energy for the collective? So yeah, I'm gonna do a cross of truth. The spirit basically told me, yeah, that's what I want you to do. As I was asking about it, then they showed me a card where I'm like, oh, okay, say no more. That's what you want. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, so we have the King of Wands, which, where's that card? So we got this new moon in Leo energy that had showed up earlier about confidence. And then we also have the King of Wands, which is literally a fire sign card. And it also represents confidence. It says it like that energy is on here. That energy of being able to be in charge, that energy of being able to be decisive and know exactly what it is that you want and stand on that shit. For some of you, there might even be this seems a little more specific, but I'm gonna mention it. Some of you might have to do that with friends. You might sorry. My my coworker just texted me. Hilarious. I can't. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, so For some of you, it could even be within your friend group where you're going to have to, like, speak up and say what you need to say about, something within your dynamic with that person. For some of you, it might be an ending. Seems very specific. Another message I'm getting is that, because that death card is about endings. Um, for others of you, I'm also getting that if this is more romantic based, you might have been dealing with a third party situation, and now that you know the truth, you're about to speak your own truth and do what you need to do and move yourself. Yeah, and having take a leap of faith to go into something new with this Fool card. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning friends and or third party is because we do have the Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So just so you see where I'm going with that, and you're not like, what the hell is she talking about? But yeah. So again, that seems like it might be a little more specific of a message, but that's what they want me to tell you. So let's see what else is going on. Tell us more. Yeah. So this is what I feel like you guys have been doing already or about to start doing. Remember, I was talking about, surrendering, walking away, accepting defeat, understanding you can't do everything by yourself, like all that stuff. I think you guys are finally understanding that sometimes you gotta call a spade and let it go, man. Yeah, I think a lot of you guys might have been your emotions a lot when it comes to something. I picked up on that earlier. I think I mentioned it too. Like, sometimes your emotions get in the way when it comes to decisions and things like that, but you have to get to a point where you're comfortable enough in your decision making to know that, enough's enough, and you got to become comfortable and confident within those decisions, especially when it comes to the things that are about to start coming towards you. And what I mean by that with this Wheel of Fortune here on the top of the deck is giving me like there's a lot of good things that are getting ready to come in, but the thing is it's kind of dependent on you and your choices here. Like, are you going to keep on sticking around in situations that don't serve you, whether it's romantic, friends, doesn't matter really. Work doesn't, it really doesn't matter. The point is, there's something that you have to release yourself from, and you've been staying in that situation for fucking too long, and you know that. So now this is the time to start saying, okay, I gotta do what I gotta do. You know, definitely giving me like some type of self-preservation type of vibes. Yeah, look, releasing from the toxicity. We literally, that's actually the card. um, that energy I picked up on from the Moonology deck, which I believe, if I remember correctly, I think it was the full moon in Gemini, but I could be wrong. But it literally said release negativity, or releasing negativity or whatever. And that's when my ear did that weird thing. Yeah. And ironically, in both cases, that particular energy was in the middle of the deck. This is like the hidden stuff. This is the stuff that, like, you might not realize how toxic whatever this was, like whatever this was for you, like you might not realize how toxic it really was. You might not even realize that this was something that really needed to be let go of. And I think that's why the energy got really, really heavy at that time. Tell us more. Ooh, okay. All right, we got the King of Pentacles. I like that. I automatically like that. So, you know, for some of you, your money situation might get better, because I did say early in the reading that I'm picking up on the possibility of this being related to work and career, finance, that kind of thing. But for others, this might have to do with love. Ace of Cups. And if it's not about love and it still is about career and finance, it could just simply be saying that there's going to be some new beginning that's going to be very, very, one of those things that is going to feel really good. Like, it's going to make you feel a sense of emotional fulfillment. But if it is romantic, this person, I like this. This person, for some of y'all who do resonate with this part, like, this person, they're going to have their shit together. You're not like, I don't know, why is her babysitting? I don't know if you used to feel like in past relationships that you used to feel like you were babysitting your partner, whether you're a man or woman, doesn't matter. But you might have felt like you were babysitting your person. And it's like, yo, what the fuck? Why does it always feel like I get stuck with people who I have to, like, it's like a build a fucking bear. Like I have to try to build you up and shit. Like no, like why can't you already come like with your shit together? You know what I mean? With all the pieces and parts already included. You know what I mean? Like you ever like when you were a kid and like you saw a toy or something or a game or whatever on the commercials, and you beg your parents to get it for you, and then like in the fine print at the bottom it says batteries not included. They say at the end of the commercial, but they say it super like fast so you don't even pick up on it. Batteries not included, like, or accessories not included, and it's like fuck, you get the toy and you're like, what the fuck is this? Like why do I have to put all this? I already bought the shit and I have to put all this other effort into it to get what I want out of it, to make it appear like the advertisement. Like this is some bullshit. Like 45 when I said that, like that shit's not fun, right? So some of y'all might feel like you've had to build people up, or like fucking build a bear or some shit like that, or feeling like you're babysitting somebody, like you're a whole grown ass adult. I should not have to feel like I'm doing all this shit for you. Like, do you not, like, what the fuck? Like homosexual type of people, like people who, like, bounce from couch to couch to like find a place to stay. Be careful, 'tis the season. That's when the motherfuckers try to come out of the woodworks. I'm not talking about just for the women. I'm talking about for the men too. My gosh, I've heard stories about that shit too. I feel bad for all of us. We got it. We guys. Those exes especially, they be trying to come back around like, oh, try to give you all the sob stories in the goddamn world. You're like, absolutely fucking not. Point being, it looks like this is what's coming in. This Ace of Cups. This is nice. I like this. So again, for those of you who resonate with that love portion, like this person's gonna have their shit already together, right? They're gonna come in with a love offer of some sort with this Page of Cups. Um, and it might start off as a smaller gesture. It might not be like this grandeur kind of thing. It's like it might start off a little bit more simple, right? Like hanging out. It might be just friends with them at first. And the next thing you know, I could explain why I saw the Three of Cups earlier. But yeah, like, it's gonna start off as like a smaller type of gesture, and then next thing you know, like it's gonna keep building and building its momentum, and then there's gonna be that stable offer coming through. So I actually like that. This is somebody who's gonna be willing to kind of tell their truth. And they're gonna be honest with you about their feelings. Like, excuse me, they're not gonna be the type who, keeps their, that makes so much sense. As I burp, and then all those cards I had spilled all over the place. Remember, I was saying somebody, like, I don't know if it's y'all or somebody else got something to say. Cards spilled all over the place as soon as I said that. So yeah, this person, because I saw the King of Swords. That's why I'm saying that. Um, this person, they're not going to be holding back, and they're going to give you a very stable offer because this is what's coming in. So like this is looking solid. I like it. I also get that you might have a choice between people if this has to do with love too. So you got to make sure that you're mindful of people and their intentions and their approach. Um, and you're gonna have to stand firm in, your answers, right? When you tell somebody like, yeah, I'm good, like I don't want anything to do with you, as well as people who are interested, and you might have to be able to be vulnerable and open enough to tell them exactly what's going on if this is a love kind of situation for you. Take it as it resonates. All right, what else is going on here? What else is going on here? For those of you who have been sticking around, I appreciate you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I'm very, very thankful for y'all. So we have the Empress here on the bottom, or not on the bottom of the deck. The Empress here as the foundation. Um, so it's kind of giving me like, in order to have your overall growth, and you're showing up as a divine feminine. Let me start with that too. Like you're showing up as a divine feminine, and also, and if you're a man, like you're either in like you're more like, feminine energy, not in a bad way. Like I'm not saying like, because people, they, especially men, they take that wrong. Not like in a bad way. What we always have to understand that we have masculine and feminine energies within us. All of us do. So sometimes, there's times where we need to be a little bit softer, like in our feminine energy and nurturing, and there's times where we gotta be assertive and more like, straight to the point, very like stern and things like that. That's more masculine energy. So I'm getting that, you know for those of you who are kind of in your more divine feminine energy at this time, or you are the divine feminine, it's given me that, like, there's this period of growth and expansion happening for you. I feel like, there's been too long of a period of time where you guys have been feeling like are not where you want it to be. You know, even getting fear of rejection for some people, or just feeling like stagnant, feeling stuck with this Four of Cups here, so you guys can see the card. um so yeah, but it's like, the thing is, this period of time is about to start, changing and shifting, because of the fact that you guys have been doing a lot of work, releasing a lot of things. So now you're going to be able to welcome in the things exactly the way that they're meant to happen. And that's when these new offers, as I'm about to say this, phone going off like crazy. Ace of Pentacles. So there's going to be new things coming towards you because of it, whether it's in the form of finance, whether it's in the form of love, that, like, building more positive relationships in your life, you name it. um just keep in mind, like, where you feel you are in your journey and your path, kind of go from there, because like I said, there's a lot of different scenarios that are showing up in this reading overall. But yeah, Two of Pentacles, I think it's also saying that this is a time to choose yourself first when it comes to what it is that you want. The Two of Pentacles tends to represent choices. It also represents finding balance, but in this case, I think it's more about making a conscious choice to be able to say, I'm going to avoid and walk away from any of the things that no longer serve me, versus the things that are going to contribute to my overall growth and expansion at this time. Let me know if that makes sense. Again, keep in mind this is a collective message at this time. I'm not doing personals at this time. What time is it? I might, based on the time right now, I might do a reading after this, and it might be like the free yes and no's, as well as the paid readings as well. We'll see how I feel. I feel pretty sold on the idea of doing that, but I don't want to make any promises. So I would say yeah, rewind. I would say stick around if you're interested in that. Hit that notification bell so that way you'll be notified if I do decide to do that. All right. So tell us more. Okay. Spirit is basically saying that at this time, this is like a final judgment call. Like, this is definitely that time of just saying fuck this. um Especially as I'm looking at the actual spread, like how it's spaced, like with that Empress and that Judgment kind of juxtapositioning each other, is definitely just giving me this energy of, like, in order to be in this element, this energy that you're trying to be in at this time, you have to use your judgment here. You have to be able to cut out things that no longer serve you. You have to be able to say, okay, this is the time now to rely on source. I said this earlier, rely on source to help get me through this, because sometimes we can't do everything by ourselves, no matter how strong we might feel we are and stuff like that. Sometimes we have to acknowledge when there's certain things we can't do on our own. So that's when prayer, if you believe in prayer, God, meditation, whatever you believe in, the universe, your ancestors, whatever, nature, whatever you believe in. I said it earlier, I'm saying it again, I always say it throughout the readings. I don't push my belief systems onto anybody. That's not my place to do that. People come on here and do that. I don't do that. So at the end of the day, whatever your thing is, I think the most important thing is being able to know that there is something outside of each and every one of us that can help get us through the things that we need to get through, and that same thing lives within us already, you know. So just throwing that out there, but understanding that you are protected, and this is just a matter of, being able to use your own discernment and know, you know what you need to do to get through this hump. Yeah, the Lovers, choices. Can't make this shit up. A lot of major arcana showing up in this reading. Yeah, to get out of your situation. Five of Pentacles on the top of the deck, which is like financial loss, or different different types of hardships, ailments, and things like that. You've probably been feeling like you're down bad right now, like a lot going on in life. You're just like, when is it going to get better? And they're basically just trying to let you know, oh, things are going to start shaping up. But you also have to make a conscious effort and decision here. One, and two, you also have to know that it's okay to surrender control and know that you can't do it all by yourself. So it all works together. Yeah. Start coming up with some plans, right? I'm also getting self-preservation. I said that earlier and I'm getting it again, but like, self-preservation in the sense of, protecting your own peace, protecting yourself, and also, being mindful of the people around you who could be tricksters too. Um, we all have people like that around us who tend to, act like they, want the best for us and things like that. Not always the case. So being able to decide and determine, what's what, who's who, right? This might be important to keep in mind at this time too. See how my throat all of a sudden is like, it doesn't, my voice just like doesn't it doesn't sound the same. It got like real like raspier, not as clear. But it's because like that's the throat chakra energy we saw like 2 or 3 times throughout this reading. I think like 3 times. And it's like there's something that isn't coming out but needs to come out. There's some truth that needs to be spoken, whether it's on your behalf or somebody else's, but there is something happening there. All right, so I'm gonna pull some, like, I guess we'd say almost like advice cards, like maybe 3 of these, and then I'm gonna pull some angel answers, and that'll be the end of this reading. And I'm pretty much 100% sure, 99% sure, instead of saying 100. But I'm very very sure that I'm gonna come back on for like the free readings and the paid stuff as well. So let's see. Universal Bank. Everything you need to thrive is already here. Exactly. The stuff that you need is already within you. It's within source when you actually ask for the help, so on and so forth. Um, Again, you guys possess a lot more power than you give yourself credit for. I'm getting something like that. All right, what else? What else? Thank you. The journey is a part of the journey, and I did see 54 earlier. And I meant to say it, but I didn't mention it out loud. Said it in my head though. You are learning that every challenge you face has a hidden gift inside. Yeah, everything that you're going through right now, it all corresponds with this part of the journey, what's happening here, what you're meant to learn. Hence why that last card that came out for the tarot was the Judgment, right? Um, it's part of the journey. There's a deeper message here, that you're meant to learn, and they want you to be able to take heed of that. So just, keep these things in mind, right? Pay attention. We have wishful thinking. You are learning how to manifest the life that you desire. So a lot of things can ready to shift and change, things that you've brought into existence. So the more that you do the work that you're meant to do at this time, the more that these things start to come towards you. And how many times throughout this reading did I say source? You can't make this shit up even if you want to. Here on the bottom of the deck. Um, your connection to source is the light and love that shines through you and leads the way. You cannot make this shit up even if you wanted to. I'm telling you. Spirit ain't playing. They're like, yes, we want to make sure that the collective understands this valuable point. Um, yeah, you are being guided, and that's also why the Judgment is there too. It's like there's something outside of yourself at this time that they want you to pay attention to. It's so much easier said than done. I know, trust me, when you're going through life and life be life, and it's like, god damn, when is it gonna get better? I get it, trust me. But at the end of the day, like, always just understand that this is a time to practice gratitude as well. Like, be thankful for the lessons, be thankful for the air in your lungs, right? Show gratitude constantly. Great way of, showing source that you are appreciative, and that you understand the importance of knowing that there is something outside of yourself that you can give thanks to, and that you're not alone. You can find that sense of strength outside of yourself when needed, that extra support. is we have limiting beliefs here on the top of the deck. The situation calls for reprogramming your belief system. I'm actually shocked that the Hierophant didn't show up. But yeah, definitely, you know, reshaping the way you do things, the way that you think, the way you approach these different situations, so on and so forth. Definitely. And then I can't make this shit up. Everything's coming back full circle. I said all of this shit earlier. Past life connections. You are currently healing past life wounds. I literally said that. For those of you who were here earlier, I said I'm also getting that this could be for some of you, that some of this could stem from past lives, if you believe in that kind of thing. Because you're releasing those old karmic debts and things like that too. That's why it's so rough, you know. But now your dharma is starting to come in, so it's been a wild ride, right? Wild ride. All right, so I'm gonna pull maybe 3 from here, and then that'll be the end of this. Then I'll take a breather. Also, I'm getting very specific for somebody. I don't know if anybody has anxiety or asthma or some type of breathing issue or something like that. But for those of you who resonate with that, they want you to get looked at about that. They either want you to get treated for your anxiety or like go to somebody to get that looked into, like work on that. Maybe start practicing like breathing exercises or meditation or something. This is what they're telling me to tell y'all. They're saying, um, if you have asthma or any other breathing conditions like upper respiratory type of stuff, they want me to tell you guys to get that looked at too. Especially because the months are getting colder, especially if you're like in the northern parts of the states type of thing, or in a colder climate. The weather's changing very, very, very quickly. Um, so, you know, with flu season and stuff like that coming in, you know, some of you might be very, very prone to getting like sinus infections or bronchitis and things like that, which could obviously, you know, worsen your asthma if you have that type of problem. They want you to get that looked at. There's been a lot of stuff about like breathing and stuff that showed up throughout this reading. So for those of you who resonate with that, what I just said, you might want to, if you didn't watch from the beginning, you might want to rewind and look into that a little bit deeper. But yeah, let's get 3 from here. They wanted me to say that because I definitely just felt like a weird breathing kind of difficulty, as well as high anxiety. Like, what's my heart rate right now? And I'm just chilling. I'm not even doing anything. Yeah, my heart rate is 95 right now. I'm literally just sitting here. I was just fine. My resting is like 75. I'm not doing anything. There's no reason for my heart rate to be that high. I got really anxious out of nowhere. I'm fine, like, but it's what I'm feeling for maybe somebody else who ends up watching this or who's watching currently. Um, yeah, they wanted me to let y'all know that though. I'm also getting people who have a tendency to have like low blood iron. I mean, yeah, low blood iron. My hands got real cold out of nowhere, like super cold. Like they even look like kind of like pruned up a little bit. My hands don't usually look like this. Um, get your iron checked and oxygen levels. So people who get dizzy, if you get dizzy spells, it could be your iron. Um, because it could also contribute to low oxygen levels. Again, very specific. They really want me to bring your health to the forefront. I think it's because we're about to go into these colder months. I really do feel like that has something to do with it. We have meditation brings answers. I mentioned meditation throughout this reading a few times, especially when it comes to like connecting to source, and your higher self as well. You're ready. So there's something that you're embarking on, right? This part of your journey that might be scary. You're probably a little, yeah, listen to your intuition. You know, you might feel afraid, right? A little bit wary about this, but there's some good things getting ready to come in. So just understand that this is a positive time for you guys on this part of your journey. You're ready, a lot more ready than you give yourself credit for. I feel like we do have a no card here, but I think it's because of the stuff that, you know, you've allowed to stand in your way for so long, the things that have sabotaged you, whether it's always of, you know, I was gonna say old ways of thinking. When then on the bottom of the deck we have if you believe. Yeah, you have to believe in yourself, right? Just heard like the author, the Arthur theme song. Um, believe in yourself. That's the place to start. Um, and I said, hey, what a wonderful kind of day to learn to work and play, get along with each other. All right, so something could happen in like a year from now. Not sure what that is. Maybe like, these hard times that you've been going through, especially if you're going through stuff financially. This seems like they really want me to point that out, so I'm gonna say it. If you've been going through financial issues, like in the next year, that's when you're gonna really start seeing, like, I know a year sounds like a long fucking time. Trust me, I know, I get it. God, I get it. But you know, I feel like, if you remain diligent, the hell was that noise? I heard like a pop. It wasn't like directly in my ear though. It's like in the room. That was weird. Um, I, Guys, between seeing things, hearing things, feeling things, it gets a little wonky up in here. But it be a little bit of everything up in here. But yeah, so like, yeah, literally, it's just a little bit of everything that goes on nowadays. But yeah, I'm getting like, if there's been like some financial struggles in particular, like that's, like, I feel like as hard as it is to believe that you have to wait a whole year, it's like there's gonna be improvements like before that, but I feel like there's gonna be something that starts to change. Like it's gonna be incremental. Like it's gonna be like, you get a better job, you start working there, money looking a little bit better, you start paying more bills off, whatever, like stuff like that, and then ooh, boom, you're up for a raise. Boom, now you're up for like a promotion. So that means more money too. It's like it's gonna be incremental. Next thing you know, in a year, your whole, you look back and you're like, damn, my whole circumstance is completely changed. I'm getting something like that. Like I'm literally like, I can see like a visually like a timeline with like segments on it, and it's like like a null and void like picture bouncing like this on the timeline, and that's why I'm like saying the things I'm saying. I know it sounds super crazy. You're probably like, what the fuck is she talking about? Clairvoyance. It'd be like that. But yeah, again, it's up to you, right? Like you have choices to make. All right, so before I go rambling on too much longer, because we already went over an hour, I was trying to shorten this one just a tad because my readings are long. Yeah, with all that said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope that it resonated. I know that, in comparison to some readings, it wasn't as many people, which is fine. I'm just happy for those of you that stuck around and or received a message from this. Um, Grateful for y'all. If, again, people who watch later, if you're new, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment in the comment section. Let me know if there were any particular parts that really resonated or whatever. Just so I know I connected with you. And yeah, notification bell is also pretty important nowadays because I have been going on more frequently, and it allows you to know when I'm on and when I post, when I go live in particular. Because, for instance, for those of you who have been here the whole time, you guys know that I'm about to go live again, right? I did say that. Yeah, 7:30. Yeah, I'm about to go live again. And when I go live this time, it will be for free yes and no's, one per person. And I'll make sure I say that in the title. Guess what? People are still gonna ask questions like 5 times, and I'm gonna be like, it literally says one per person. But different conversation, right? So it just be the way it is. And I'm also like very, 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 very discounted readings. So like 3 cards, $5, 5 cards, $10, with extra insight, by the way, and mini readings for 15. So, and if you want anything past like the one question type of thing, just make a donation, you get another question type thing, where I look into it deeper or whatever. But yeah, with all that said, I'm gonna take a breather, and then I am going to go pee because I have to pee every time. Never fails. And then I'm gonna cleanse all that good stuff, and then yeah, I'll be back in about, I'm thinking about 15 minutes or so. So until next time, my darlings, I love y'all, and yeah, I'll see you guys again soon, hopefully. And if not, bye.